Hello, 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 and welcome to a brand new episode of the Uncovering Greatness podcast. As always, I am your host, Sule, and today I am joined by Nicole Mitchell. Nicole is the lead processor at Uncovering Greatness, and what she does is she helps you find out what you want and she helps you get it. I feel like I need to work on that one a little bit more because I think it's so much more than that, but that's just me.
It is. It's a lot more than that. So, welcome everybody. It is great to be with you today.
So, if this is your first time, I think as we picked up last week when we were doing the comments and questions with Nicole, we sometimes just land up on people's feeds on YouTube. So, we just land on your feed. So, if you don't know who we are, if you don't know what we do. So, the Uncovering Greatness podcast was created by us here at Uncovering Greatness. And basically, it is a podcast that we utilize to help teach and educate you who can't be in a room with us at times, but you can watch for an hour and you can learn from us. And it is basically built for people in Africa and around the world to improve their lives. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, I think we all. I don't want to say we're all uneducated because that's not the right word. It's we can all learn more.
Yes.
And I think there's so many things that we assume people know and they actually have no idea. And we were even talking about it this morning, just when it comes to things like in your business, like invoicing.
Yes.
Do people understand why we invoice? Do they understand the invoicing process? Do they understand what a VAT number is for? Do they, all of those things? And there's a surprising number of people who don't understand all the different things that go into an invoice. Just something simple like an invoice or invoicing process.
And it's very simple. You don't just put somebody's name on an invoice, right?
No, it's just, and it's so important to be aware. And then, your accounting department gets really annoyed with the sales department because the sales department have no idea how invoicing works. And it seems so silly, like you should know, but there's so many things like that in life that we are not actually taught. Like when it comes to things like VAT and PAYE and all of those kind of things, we're not actually taught how to, I suppose, manage them or use them to maybe we are taught how to manage it, but we're not taught how to use it effectively.
Yeah.
And so it is. For us, that's one of the things on the Uncovering Greatness podcast is we hope that we can equip you to get better at life.
Yeah, I think it's, for me, it's an hour long, give or take, an hour long podcast. And, the hope is that you take one thing. You have to take everything because I think that we know that that's impossible to take every single thing and implement it. And some people try to do that and end up doing nothing because it gets overwhelming.
Correct.
So with that, we have a very interesting topic. And I was so excited about this yesterday when we were going to record. And then something happened and I had to do this exact same thing. I had to have tough conversations. And it's funny that we waited a day because there is a political party in our country, the biggest political party. I'm not going to mention their name because I don't want to get our episode cancelled. But they are currently in a situation where staff have not been paid since guess when?
3 months.
August 2023.
What? Wow.
And yeah.
How does
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time ever Nicole is lost for words.
I want to say, how do people let that happen? But I know exactly how people let it happen. And they get promised and they get promised, and suddenly a year's gone by and they've been promised and
I mean, it's and one of the questions I was asked when I was listening to this on the radio was around how do you have these type of conversations, right? Like your salary is going to be late or it's not going to come or whatever the case may be. Because I feel like, especially for small business owners, and I feel like as I've started to sort of grow more into the business, I'm starting to understand that mechanisms don't work the way that you think that they work as an employee, right? So I rock up to work. I'm here. You saw me. You saw
Yes.
me. Did you see me? Yes, I said hi to you. I made you a cup of coffee. It's the 26th. I want my money. Where you get it from is not my problem. How do you have those conversations with people?
And it's tough for people to understand how processes and systems work, because employees have been told you go to work, you do what you're told to do, and then you get paid on the 25th or the 26th of the month. And as companies, yes, some companies, your big companies, can, if whether they earn money or not, they can still afford to pay their staff
Yep.
based on, investments and that kind of thing. And I think a lot of the time employees just assume that that's how it works.
Yep.
Somebody's,
sure.
but they don't see the processes that happen behind the scenes, and they have no idea around payroll and things like that and how things work. And they also have no concept of cost.
Yeah.
So how much does it cost the company to have them employed there? Because I earn, say, 10,000 Rand a month, I assume that in order for you to pay me, you need to earn 10,000 Rand.
Yeah.
And that is not the case at all.
Furthest thing for
Because what people don't understand is that you've still got to pay rent, you've still got to pay phones, you've still got to pay all this other stuff. And
Yep.
you are not just costing me 10,000 Rand.
Yeah, it costing me close to 15 maybe.
Well, it's probably more than that. So it's probably 20. So if you're earning 10,000, in order for the company to just cover costs, we have to make or invoice out a minimum of 20,000 to cover the cost of your 10.
Just you.
Just you. And then on top of that, there's all the other things. So because people don't take into account, I earn 10,000 Rand. Okay. But now how much PAYE is on that?
What is that? It's like 20%? How much is it?
It
Varies.
It varies.
Oh, based on
depending
what you earn.
Based on what you
Yeah,
earn.
yeah.
So,
Okay. Yes, it's pay as you earn.
so the two financial experts giving financial
Yes, guys, you got to come here. That's what you came for. Financial expertise.
We are not financial experts in any way, shape, or form. Like, what? PAYE? Like, what? I don't know what the percentage is. You need to ask your accountant that. But
Yes, don't
it's
take our
important.
advice here. Please.
Do you know how much you earn for PAYE on a 10,000 Rand salary? 10,000 Rand take home pay. So you got to include that.
For sure.
And then there's all the other things in UIF and whatever else, depending what country you're in. But there's a whole bunch of different added costs that the company pays that most people don't even see.
You know, have no idea about it. The company must handle it.
Correct. And so people don't understand those things. And then it becomes a challenge when people go, well, how come I haven't been paid? And I mean, we've seen it in our business is that, in terms of what date are you supposed to get paid versus what date do you get paid versus what does your contract say?
Fascinating one, this.
And
This is my...
it is a tough conversation to have with somebody. Just the simple thing of, did you read your contract?
What date does it say there?
What does it say there?
Yeah.
And, for some people, their contract will say the last day of the month, but their company does them a favor and pays them on the 25th or the 26th. And so it is. And then people get upset with, well, you paid me late.
I didn't.
No, we didn't.
I don't know what it said. I didn't know you did it. Did you read your contract?
What does your contract say? Oh, your contract actually says by the last day of the month.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing you a favor by paying you on the 25th.
So just because your last job was paying you on the 25th, and I don't even know if it said that in your contract in your last job.
So, and this is where people just assume, and different countries have different things and different rules and what have you. But I have a daughter that moved to England, and she got told that payroll's done on the 12th of the month.
Yeah.
And she went, okay, great. And then they get paid on the 30th of the month.
Yeah.
But what they meant is payroll is done on the 12th. That means you only get paid up until payroll. So you only get paid for the first 12 days of the month. On the first month you start, thereafter you will get paid from the 12th to the 13th to the 12th.
Yes.
That's how their month
That's
runs.
the month, yeah.
But if you don't know that, you can, like, if you're expecting to get paid a full month and you only get paid
12 days.
12 days, it's quite a significant shift.
It is.
And this is where people often don't read their contracts, and then they get irritated and annoyed with the company. It's the company's fault, and the company this and the company that. And then they don't have the tough conversations and they don't ask the hard questions when they're signing their contracts.
Yeah, and that one is because we were all brought up in households where talking about money was an easy thing. So everybody's cool with talking about money. And it's so weird to me because
So tongue in cheek.
yeah, I feel like I'm in a space right now where I feel like I've defended employees for the first 6 months of 2025. Now I'm done with that. I think
Stupidity
yeah, I think that
is there is no medication for stupidity.
yeah, I just feel like exactly like you're saying. One, you don't read your contracts, right? But also, so I feel like that what you said around the company did you a favor. Somebody might sit there and go, well, I came to work, so I'm actually doing the company a favor. Were you productive when you came to work, though? You came to work. I'm not denying that. But for the 30 days that you were at work, were you productive?
And this is where it's not 30 days, it's only 22 on
Yeah,
average.
yeah.
But yes, most people are not productive because they do enough to just get by. And I mean, we've seen it in our business. You've set challenges for some of our team to make calls, a certain number of calls in a day, and suddenly they've gone from making 120 calls in a week to 250 calls in a week.
On their own.
On their own. And it's just, wow, where have you been?
And what the crazy thing is, it wasn't like there was any, just to clarify this, there was no money incentive. So if you do X, you'll get X. No, the work you put in may bring results. If the things we need to do after the calls are done take place.
Yeah, and correct. It's not just about making the calls, but it's just, suddenly you start to see how effective people can actually be if they set their minds to it.
Yes.
And, as opposed to running through the motions. And this becomes the issue is people are not having those tough conversations around, hey, you're only making 120 calls and I know you could be making 200, and the employee's going, yeah, but you don't pay me enough to make 200. No, the reason why I don't pay you enough
It's because you don't make 200.
is because if you made 200, the company would be making more money. I could afford to pay you more.
Oh man, what a crazy cycle.
And it is. It
would
becomes
have
this
thought?
vicious, crazy cycle. And it is. It's fascinating because most managers are struggling to have the conversation with their employees around, you need to make 200 calls.
Oh, I can give you a stat. You want a stat?
I want a stat. Yes, I love stats.
67% of managers say they avoid conversations about pay or bonuses because they fear conflict. 67%.
So that's basically 1 in 3 people.
Yeah. Avoid. We're not going to talk about pay or bonuses. So I'm not going to talk to you about the fact that you're going to get paid late this month beyond your contract, right? So your contract says the 30th or the 31st or whatever. You're actually going to you might get paid on the 3rd, hopefully. Not those conversations. We're talking about conversations in general. They're avoided about pay and bonuses.
And I mean, I've seen it as people will go, do you know if we're getting a bonus this year? What's happening? And you can, the whisper down the grapevine, and everybody's
trickles.
asking all their employees, but nobody's actually going to the person who pays the salaries to say,
We're getting bonuses.
hey, what's happening?
Like just so we know.
Because I don't want to look like the bad guy.
I'm just here for money.
I don't want to look like that.
Yeah, you're here just for money. Just say that. Just own it.
And the challenge is that a lot of people are not there for money, but they just want to plan their lives.
Yeah.
And so they just want to be aware of what's actually happening. But I don't want to look bad, so I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. And now I'm going to talk about, so now we've got another stats around bonuses and incentives. I got 3 that I'm going to just run through quickly. So the first one is, it says 70% of employees say bonuses feel unfair or unclear. 62% of employees do not understand how their bonus is calculated. 71% of employees say performance reviews are biased or inconsistent.
What can I say?
You know, I've actually realized that in terms of like performance reviews, and this is just based off talking to other people that I know that are working at other places, I've come to realize I don't like the year-end performance review, because I feel as though as the manager or whoever's in charge of that, I don't think you've really been tracking for 12 months, right? You kind of get to the end and it's like those last 3, I'm seeing how you've been performing for the last 3, and this is where I could feel like it's unfair or unclear in terms of the bonuses. But that's because I feel like it's done too late. It's not a continuous performance thing, like every quarter or something like that.
So the problem that I've seen and I observe is that because people don't want to have the difficult conversations and say, hey, do you realize that you're doing X? So it's easier just to do a performance review at the end of the year.
Got you.
Because I don't want to tell you all the things you're doing wrong all the time. Or I'm going to tell you all the things you're doing wrong all the time. But it's those challenging conversations. People don't like having them. And so employees go into these absolute flippant spirals of, performance reviews and things like that. And my manager doesn't like me.
Yeah.
So my performance review is unfair.
That's horrible.
And it's, the manager and I clash, that's why. And that is a reality, is that a lot of times performance reviews are based on my opinion of you and not on stats.
Yeah.
Because you're not selling enough, so you're getting a bad performance review. Instead of measuring the activities that the person does.
Yes.
So it's a case of, should they be making 100 calls? Have they done their 100 calls? What are the results of their 100 calls? Have their 100 calls improved over the last 6 months? Are they connecting with more employees? And these are the things that are not being measured.
Yeah.
We get measured on a result instead of the most
activity.
optimum KPIs.
I was waiting for you. I was wondering if you're going to use that word.
Yeah, key performance indicators.
I think that one gets thrown around a lot, and I feel like that's when employees shut down, when the acronym, and it's just my opinion, but it's when the acronyms start getting thrown out, and then they're like, yes. Yeah, your KPI was, yeah, you have no idea what KPI means, but you're just nodding your head and, no, I agree, my KPI was off. Okay.
And this is where, do you understand what your key performance indicators are? And are they actually key performance indicators? Because, you can be doing the activity and not getting the result, or you can be doing no activity and getting a result.
Yeah, there's always a result.
There's always a result. But is it the result that is expected?
Oof.
And this is where a lot of people get it wrong, is they're measuring the wrong key performance indicators because they don't understand how they affect the end result.
Yeah, and I also feel like this I guess the word is the presumption of a bonus is also a crazy thing for me. Like you just presume that I'm gonna, because that's what happened at my last company, and we always get a 13 check, for example.
And it's interesting you use those two words, a 13th check and a bonus,
Two different things.
because they are two different things. A
Yep.
13th check means you get paid 13 times in the year.
Yes.
Okay. A bonus means if the company performed well and you performed well, you are entitled to some extra money.
Yeah.
It is not mandatory. It is not a set amount.
Yes.
It is if the company has extra money, we will pay our employees.
Like a percentage of your salary. So you're not going to get, so the 13 check is more, it's your actual salary 13 times.
Correct.
A bonus is maybe a percentage of what you earn because the company has done well this year or this quarter or whenever it was. Therefore, we are going to incentivize you with the bonus.
Yeah. And I mean, I came across one business owner and I thought this was really smart, is that what he did is he said he will pay out a 13th check in the month of your birthday.
Oh, I love that.
So what that did is it alleviates the stress on the business of having to pay double the salaries
Everybody.
to everybody in December. So he said, we'll do a 13th check in the month of your birthday. And so what that did is that he could then budget and pay people that 13th check in their birthday,
That's very clever.
which I thought was, super clever. And everybody was clear. It was a 13th check. They knew exactly when they got it. They, all those things.
Lots of
So
clarity.
there was a lot of clarity with that. Whereas, are we getting a bonus this year? What's happening?
How does the bonus structure even work?
How does the bonus structure work? A lot of people are scared to even ask those questions and have no idea.
Yeah, and I think that's because I mean, if I go to like salary conversations in terms of the stats, it's 63% of employees say conversations about pay are stressful or threatening. 41% of employees say they were never told they can earn more.
And that I find fascinating.
Me too.
A lot of people can earn more. They don't know how to.
True story.
And, it's just understanding how does the money work? And most people have no idea how the money works. And that's why the conversations are stressful, because there's so many unknowns.
Yeah.
And so if you don't know how the money works in your business, I really would suggest you go and find out.
Yeah, just ask questions. And I mean, I feel like for me, and I have an actual personal example of that, because I've been getting told by Barry for the longest time, you can earn more here, right? You can earn more. But he never told me how. Because, and this is just my take, I don't know if this was his take or his view, because if he was to just tell me, I wouldn't learn anything. I wouldn't learn how to ask nor negotiate or understand these things. And eventually when I asked, okay, how can I earn more? And he said, oh, thank you for asking.
Now I know you're listening.
Exactly. And all of it changed. And it was like, there's this, and this that you can do. And I was like, oh, I actually never thought about it like that. What if I do this? Yeah, you can still. And I was like, okay, cool. Now I'm understanding how I can earn more. But it was so much more about me than it was about him. I could have sat and went, Barry's an asshole because he's not telling me how to earn more. And I feel like that's what most people are doing. And that's why this stats is what it is, because no, they were never told they could earn more. Well, why would I tell you that? I don't want to pay out more money.
No, but also a lot of times people don't understand how the money works. So they assume that this is what I earn, and they assume that, and then they never even ask.
No.
Versus, very often teachers, if you are a very good sales rep, you can go to any business and say, pay me commission only, and I'll sell your products.
Yep.
And I can guarantee you, if somebody came to us and said that, no problem. Absolutely no problem. We will pay you commissions on everything you sell. And there are a lot of reps out there that are prepared to do that, and they earn good money.
Smash it.
Because why? They understand how money works.
Yeah.
And your typical employee wants, I want a basic before I even start.
Oh yeah, I need the basic. That's how I'm gonna survive. And then just basically, or you because that's, oh, man, I just had a realization mid comment. You want the basic because that's how you survive. You get the basic and you stay in survival.
Yeah, well, why would you do more?
Because I'm getting this basic, right?
Because you get the basic.
And it pays my bills, it keeps me alive, it gets me from month to month. And then people sit and go, I'm tired of living month to month. Okay, what are you gonna do about it? I'm actually gonna start a side hustle.
Or I'm going to go find a better job.
Yep.
I'm going to put my CV out there and find a better job instead of going, well, actually, if I put in the work and up my work ethic, I could actually earn more.
Do you think that employers should be telling employees that? Like telling them, look, you can earn more by doing X, or should they leave them to think for themselves?
Every business is different.
Just your opinion.
Just my opinion.
Yes.
Well, if you don't, it's a catch-22.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, Barry's been telling you for a very long time you can earn more.
Yep.
That didn't mean anything to you
No.
until you were ready to hear it, and now you're ready to hear it, and now you're asking questions. Great. How do I earn more?
Okay.
So it is. I think it's important for people to know that they can.
Yes, I think so too.
How is where it becomes the issue. Is that, are you ready to work out how? And are you willing to do the work? Because one of the challenges based on all these stats is most people don't want to ask about money.
No.
And
That's just
managers don't want to talk about money.
So nobody's talking.
So nobody's talking about money. So even if somebody says to you, you can earn more, well, no one's talking about it. So nobody's going to ask, how do I do that?
Yeah.
Because why? That's challenging. And I don't want to look like I'm only interested in the money.
Nobody's bringing it up.
But I can guarantee you, there are thousands of stories of people whose survival and comfort levels have changed, and suddenly now they're prepared to do the work.
Yeah, there's people.
If for example, a wife gets divorced and loses her income, suddenly now she's going to find a way to earn the money.
Yeah. Gonna find a way to replace it.
She's going to find a way to replace it.
Yeah.
And that's where we talk about, and I say maybe it's not maybe parents cut you off and say, right, you've got to go into the big bad world. Suddenly, young adults are finding a way to make more money.
Yep.
Because why? They have to. They don't have a choice.
Yep.
And so often in life we have choices, and those choices actually stop us because, survival's comfortable.
Yeah. It's great.
That's okay. I get by. Instead of abundance.
Oof. Yeesh. Yeah, I think that's the whole thing. I want to have abundance, but I don't want to do what needs to be done to have abundance. It sounds nice. It really does.
It's a great idea.
Ah, that's brilliant.
That Porsche in the driveway would be so nice.
How do I do it? Well, you got to make 1,000 calls a day. What's the other way?
Everybody's looking for the shortcut.
Everybody's looking for the silver bullet that's going to change their lives. So we know that now, this time of year, tough conversations are going to be had.
Yeah, for many different reasons, because, typically in South Africa, we see a lot of people want to travel back to families.
Yep.
Organizations close. People want, to connect with families. They want to go away. They want to travel. So this is now when a lot of the issues come up because, well, how come I'm not getting a bonus, or I'm going on leave, or, and this is something else I'm sure you've got stats on, is leave days.
I've got stats on stats.
How much, are you clear on what your leave is?
84% of employees say unclear policies lead them to testing the boundaries. So they don't know what their policies are around their leave days. So they just test it.
84% tested.
That is a mad stat. Like to be like, okay, I'm gonna stay away for 2 days and see if
See
I
what
get in trouble.
happens.
And I get back and it's like, no, but those are my leave days.
And I mean, I've seen it like a friend of, well, someone I know, they work a 4-day week. And now December, they want to go away. And so now they don't know, can they work a 5-day week? To take an extra day off. Or must they take unpaid leave, or must they?
They're unclear.
They have no idea. And it's, you go back to your contract, but is that even in your contract?
Is it in your contract?
And a lot of people, it's not.
Nope.
Because it's just 4 days a week and you get so many days leave a year because you work a 4-day week.
Or we close in December, so you don't actually get leave throughout the year. You get December.
So how does that work? Or we have annual shutdown, or what does annual shutdown mean? Can I work during annual shutdown? Can I not work during annual shutdown? If you're in the admin team and the company closes and you've got a ton of work to do, what happens?
Yeah. Why can't I catch up on my work?
And are those things clear?
So, and this was a great one. And I think it's a big one for people to think about, especially in South Africa, this number when it comes to talking about bonuses and all those types of things. It says unscheduled absenteeism costs companies 16 billion rand annually.
And that's just in South Africa.
That's just in South Africa.
And it's fascinating to be aware of that, because I think most employees have no concept of, well, I'm just going to take a sick day. Or I'm not feeling well, so I'm just not going to arrive at work.
Yeah. That's the unscheduled part, right? Because we're not talking about, yes, you were sick, you did follow due process. You just went, I'm not feeling it today. You didn't go to work.
And it's understanding a lot of times employees have no concept of how much it actually costs the company.
No idea.
They have no idea of the value that they bring to the business. Or how much time is spent. I mean, we had somebody that just didn't come back to work one day, and how much time everybody spent trying to find out if they were okay, what happened to them, how do we get a hold of them. So now not only is that employee not doing what they're supposed to be doing, but everybody else is now trying to find out, is that person okay? Are they still alive? Yes.
They're alive. Like I feel like that was the part that was missed around that, right? It wasn't, yes, we wanted to know if you're coming back to work, but we wanted to know from a human level, are you alive? Like, and you just...
And I think, that particular person, like after 3 days, we managed to get a hold of their spouse, and their spouse kind of went, oh, it's not, no, you must speak to them. And that person wasn't answering their phone. And it's like, well, we just want to know, are you alive? If you don't want to come back to work, no problem, just tell us.
Yeah.
But at least have the decency to say, I'm not coming back to work, so that we can make a plan to fill that position.
Yes, because now other people within the team have to pick up the pieces of what you were doing, which means you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is a cost to the company, because you're not being productive in the area you're supposed to be being productive in. You packing things, that's what you're here for. And it's a cost.
Yeah, and most people have no awareness of that.
Yeah.
They like, oh, they won't miss me if I'm gone. And it's just, we don't know what the effects are. So it's important for you to communicate effectively with your company.
And this one, so this is just how I structure my episodes, is that it's a thing. So it says people don't break rules out of rebellion. They do it because the rules feel optional.
Well, you just have to drive down the road.
Oh, man. Don't get me started. Please don't get me started.
The traffic rules are optional.
I don't even think they're optional anymore. They don't even exist, especially in December. There's no traffic rules.
Like it fascinates me. I mean, we go to CrossFit 5 o'clock in the morning or 5:30, and we leave home. And there is one particular traffic light that I actually am terrified when I get there, because nobody stops at it when the traffic light turns red. Everybody, and you sit in your car and you stop at this red traffic light at 5:30 in the morning, and you go, and it's like you're checking your rearview mirror to make sure that there's not a big lorry or truck or something coming up behind you that's going to drive into you, because you're stopped at a red traffic light. Are
What are
you
you doing?
supposed to? It's 5:30 in the morning. You're not supposed to stop.
Causing traffic.
And it's just, and I mean, somebody once said to me, there was a visitor from another country, and they said, I love South Africa because when the traffic light is red and people are stopped, they start edging forward.
Yep.
So that they can go before it turns green.
Yep.
And I was like, really? And then I started watching, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what happens is the traffic light's red and everybody edges forward as much as they can, and then they go before it turns green.
And
it's like
other people have to swerve past.
And so, yes, people push the boundaries and they test the rules. Why? Because they can.
Yeah.
Who's enforcing them? Who's telling you, And it's quite fascinating, to do it as a whole, as a country, but then bring it back to your business is who's enforcing the rules?
Yes.
Who's making sure that the rules are upheld, and who's testing them? Because people they're going to test to see if anybody notices, to see what can I get away with.
Oh, yes. I think that is. And sometimes people don't think that somebody's watching, right? Like, that's how I feel. So, like, my wife manages a team. And it's like it's a team of ladies. And she pays, so this code, like, what is it? Dress code.
Yes.
How you're supposed to look because you are front face.
Front of house.
Yeah,
yes.
front of house. And they don't think she's paying attention. So they test things like, okay, instead of wearing black shoes, I'm going to wear white shoes or blue shoes. When it came performance review time, she knocked them because you didn't follow the rules. And somebody is here enforcing the rules. And then I asked her, why'd you wait so long to enforce it? Because it's now happened too much. And basically what has happened is a culture has started to form of, oh, so Nicole can wear blue, so I'm going to wear blue. And she went, oh. And she's planning on changing it going forward in terms of like trying to do reviews with people as soon as possible, because it makes more sense for them to go cut it out versus let's take it all the way to year end and then do a review, because that person forgot that they were wearing blue shoes instead of black shoes in February.
And this is where rules are fascinating, because, once you've looked at the bank codes, the personalities, if you've got a blueprint that is in the box and rules are made to be enforced.
Yes.
Your blueprint's going to be pointing fingers at everybody saying, you're not supposed to be wearing white shoes.
Yep.
And then the action who is outside of the box is going to be saying, but rules are made to be broken. So I'm going, you said we have to wear white shoes. So I'm wearing white. Check, my shoes are white. They just have blue dots on them.
Still white.
They're still white,
Yep.
and they push the boundaries.
Yep.
And then the blueprint's going, well, if they break the rules, what's the point in working here? And then they get all, pissy and huffy and what have you. And it just creates all these upsets. And people are not even aware that that's what's happening. And it's just the action is designed to break rules. The blueprint is designed to enforce rules. And so it's just understanding there's different personalities that are going to test those things, which is why it's so important that you address it sooner rather than later.
I like that. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I think tough conversations are hard.
Yeah.
But the difference they make, they will improve so many things in your business when you have those tough conversations. They will create clarity for people. They will also, sometimes people are just, it's just an unknown. So like, oh, I never thought of that. I never thought of, you may want leave for 4 days.
Yep.
And I'd never thought that we could do, like, for 3 weeks, do a 5-day week. Okay, let's stick that in your car. I'm so sorry, I never thought of that. And it's just having that awareness of when you have the tough conversations, you will get more clarity.
Yeah.
And it will make it a safer space to have more tough conversations. And so it is important to be aware, have those conversations, because you want to create a safe space. You want to improve your performance. You want to improve the people around you. So, yeah, I know they suck, but they're worth it.
Yeah, I actually fully agree with you there. I think that they do suck because they do suck because we're human and we have emotions. We're not robots, right?
Yep.
And that's the thing that sucks, because if I'm going to sit down with you and you're going to be talking to me about my performance, immediately my emotions go up. No matter how I performed, I'm in a sense, maybe a little bit defensive, because I'm like, what you going to say? What you going to say? So I'm coming in with that, you coming in with your emotions. But once you have it, all of a sudden the game changes and you can really be open and honest with each other. And I think that it's so important to, understand what emotions you're going in with before you even get into the tough conversation. Because some people want to just come in hot and then it's like, whoa, pump the brakes. This is a good conversation.
Yeah, and it is that they are going to get heated and there is going to be all this emotion, but they are definitely worth having.
Fully agree. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Just subscribe. It's free. Every week I speak about this. It's free. Please subscribe. As you guys subscribe, we get better. We do better. You do better. You learn more. And as that happens, we're going to do more cool stuff. So for those of you who are listening on Spotify, Apple, or Google Podcast, you can subscribe there too. If you're on YouTube, you can subscribe there as well. And if you want something a little bit extra, a little bit different, you can go to our Facebook page and become a subscriber there for 39 rands. And you get some exclusive content that never gets released. Some of it from our events. Yeah, it's just stuff I have in the stash. Great teachings, great lessons from either Barry or Nicole. And yeah, it's a great place. So yes, we want to build this for you, by us. So please subscribe everywhere.
Wherever you can.
Wherever you can, just push subscribe. We'll see you guys next week in the Uncovering Greatness podcast.
Bye.